skull. Object: be the first player to win 2 rounds by successfully completing your bid, flipping over the correct number of flower cards without hitting a skull. If no one reaches 2 wins, the last player remaining in the game is declared the winner. This is a social deduction game, meaning lying or bluffing is encouraged. What you need? Well, you need the game, and that comes with 6 player mats, these square things. And each player gets 4 circular coaster-style cards. With those 4 cards, you'll have 4 flower cards and 1 skull card. The game is actually really cool, and it's very worth the money. I highly recommend this game. And if you want to get a copy, check down in my affiliates links. I'll put one down there. It's a win-win situation. You get a great game, and I get a little bit of the affiliate linkage. Help support the channel, help support your own gaming addiction. Setup: each player receives 1 square mat and 4 circular cards. Again, those cards contain 3 flowers and 1 skull. The skull is bad. You don't want the skull. Let's look at a 3-player setup. So each of our players will receive their square mat, and we'll give each player their 4 circular cards. There is a face down side to these, and that's to keep your cards hidden from other players. Next, you choose a starting player, and you can do any method you'd like. But once we start, we'll go clockwise from there. You can roll dice. Whoever gets the Playing Games logo first goes first. Before the game begins, each player will choose 1 and only 1 disc to start face down on their mat. When it's your turn, you have a choice to either play a card face down from your hand on top of your stack here on the mat, or you can start the bidding, and I'll explain that. But what you need to know is whoever starts the bidding, once the bidding starts, no one else can play a card on their turn. That part of the round is now over. It's only bidding. So if I start the bidding now, well, the next player who plays can't put a card down. In Skull, what does bidding mean? Well, that starts with the player who declares how many flower cards they believe they can reveal without flipping over a skull. After you've made your bid, play will continue clockwise with the next player either raising their bid or passing. The other thing you can do is pass. So if I said a bid of 1, this player here can pass. But if you pass, you're out for the whole round and you don't get any chance of getting any points this round. Bidding will end when only 1 player remains. Once it goes around, if this person bid 2, if they pass and I pass, well, now it's that last bidder's turn to actually fulfill their bid. They said 2, they must flip over 2 because green passed and blue passed. Comes back to them. If green said 3, well, there are only 3, we would end there. I would obviously pass, and so would they. But they passed on 2, I passed on 2. Brown must now flip over their 1, and the second, and they hit a skull. So bidding will end when only 1 player remains, and that person is known as the challenger. What else can I tell you about the challenger? You must first flip over all of your discs before revealing any of your opponents. So this player would first flip over all of their discs. You flip them from the topmost disc 1 at a time. If your bid is higher than the amount of discs on your mat, then you can choose who else is to flip. Keep flipping until you've hit your bid amount, or you reveal a skull. If you flip over only flowers, you're successful and win the round. If you flip over 1 skull, you fail. So say we go around again, I put a second card down. Now I'm putting my skull, no one knows but me. This person places a card. This person says, actually, I'm gonna bid now. I can do 1. They can do 1 safely. They put down a flower there. They feel safe about that. Comes to me, if I bid 2, I might feel like they're safe and they're safe, but I know I'm not safe. Since I was the challenger, I am required to flip over my card first, and I would lose. So I would do my best to pass and not bid, knowing that this card is a skull. But that would also give my opponents a sort of wink and a nod, like, Chris doesn't want to flip that card over, so that must be a skull. So it's not wise to bid if you know your skull is right there and you accept the bid. So how do you win a round? Well, if the challenger wins their bid, they flip over the right amount of cards without hitting a skull, they win that round. However, if you are the challenger and you reveal a skull, you have fouled the round, and there is a penalty for failure. And the penalty isn't points, it's rather you lose a card. If I was the challenger and the skull I hit was the green players here, well, they would dole out the punishment to me. I would shuffle my cards so they don't know what's what, and they would take one of my cards and take it out of the game. Ideally, you put it in the box so no one can see it. So now they all know that I'm a card down. Maybe I lost my skull. Maybe that's in there now. Or maybe just one of my flowers. But they know it's going to be a lot harder for me to bluff because I have fewer cards. If the revealed skull came from the challenger's own pile, then they choose which disc to remove and place face down back in the box. If I had won the round instead of losing, well then I flip my mat over to the darker side here, the side with the flower. And that shows that I've won a round. If I win the next round, you'll know that I've won 1. The game is now over. It's the first player to win 2 rounds who's the winner in Skull. So if you do win a challenge, you get to flip over your card and taunt them a little bit and say, hey, I'm only 1 round away from winning. Players can be eliminated. Each time you fail a challenge, you will lose a card. If you lose all 4 cards, you're eliminated from the game, and this does happen. If I lose all 4 of my cards, this player loses all 4 of their cards. Green's gonna win just because they're the last player standing. And that's basically it. There's not too much to the game, but that's kind of why it's great. The game is more in your head. If you want to watch and really learn, I encourage you to watch the video that we made. It's a full playthrough of Skull with some of my friends. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments right down there. They're over here. They're there. You're typing.